No viewers yet. There's the comments. Oh, there's a viewer. Hey, someone's watching. Wonder who it is. Can't tell. Won't let me know. Oh, Ross is watching. Sweet. Who else is watching? I can't read Facebook pictures at all. Seven viewers. Oh, I can start the show. Oh, he's still not back yet. Catherine, how was your weekend?
Good.
Good. I'll ask Ross about his later. But anywho, let's talk about the return of football this past weekend to our four-state area. And boy, what a long winter, spring it's been. Usually we're back in business by now, but it's been a hot minute since the last time we were able to get on the field. But we were back this weekend. I was out and about covering different events and everything else. Beginning with Brunswick Semi-Pro. I was over there at their practice this weekend, and it was a wonderful time. Brunswick, I'll tell you, they're looking very sharp early on. I'm really excited to see what this team can do going forward in the TFL this upcoming season. And we're going to have more coverage of the Railroaders throughout the season. So I adjust that real quick. Sorry about that. Perfect. Wonderful. Awesome. All right. And Ross, what are your thoughts on the Brunswick Railroaders?
I mean, interesting too.
I think so too. I got to take a look at the depth they have, and they have a lot of ballers out there. On paper, this would be an excellent flag football team. But we're not talking about flag football, are we? We're talking about tackle football. Yeah. And that's going to be a whole other game for a lot of these flag guys, I feel like.
Yep.
A lot of these guys have played semi-pro ball, so no disrespect to them. But yet also realize a lot of these guys haven't really played it that much. So it'll be an interesting challenge to see just how the Brunswick Railroaders fare in this upcoming campaign this season. TFL scheduled to kick off currently July 11th. That'll be the Railroaders' first game. I will have their opponent announced at some point. If anybody wants to call in on behalf of the Railroaders tonight, please let me know. Trying to get somebody in, but Facebook is being Facebook, and I can't actually call them in according to Facebook. Don't you guys love that?
Yep.
A tradition like any other. Good old Facebook Live, right? The best. Anyhow, anywho, if anybody from Brunswick wants to call in, feel free. However, let's transition real quick to Sunday. Sunday morning, when I arrived over at the park at an undisclosed location. You know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the undisclosed location we all hang out at every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, someone's trying to request in. Who is that? Oh, it's Swagger. Can we? Says adding. Okay, hold on. We might have Swagger. Perfect. Let's get the man on here himself to talk about Brunswick semi-pro football. There we go. Yeah, the undisclosed location we all hang out at every Sunday. Yeah. Brian, are you watching my show? Oh, it's Swagger.
Hello, Joey. Good evening. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Back in my glory with full contact football.
Hell yeah. I'll tell you, I'm excited for you, Brian. You are class of 93, I believe, at Brunswick High School.
2003? I don't know. Yes, 93.
2003? You feel more
Yeah,
like 2013, really, at this point, do you?
I'm in pretty good shape, Joey.
I believe you said your doctor said you had the body of a 24-year-old last year.
Yeah, she's probably just trying to get in my pants.
Oh.
You
Uh-oh,
have
are
a
there
way
women
with the lady,
around?
Swagger. What can I say?
Uh-oh, is Ross's wife around?
I literally just walked in the room.
Just said, and the baby was in the room too, Swagger. You got to watch your mouth there, buddy.
It's all good.
It's okay, Brian. Anyways, Brunswick semi-pro practice. Brian, talk to me about the Railroaders. What's been going on these last couple of weekends over at an undisclosed location that you guys are practicing at?
Number one, the cops have treated us very well. I had about a 30-minute conversation with the Brunswick police. Oh, no.
Maddox, Maddox.
Oh my
Brian, yeah. Well, little Ross has his opinions.
I didn't hear what he said. I know little Ross loves the Brunswick jersey. I don't know what he
He
said.
did. He was actually saying that how much he loved the Brunswick jersey.
Okay.
But anyways, back to what we were trying to say.
Yeah, so Brunswick Police, I had a conversation with them about how they're going to police Corona and maybe the shutdown fields, and so we came to a pretty good understanding. And if we can't participate on one field, we have alternate fields that we're allowed to go to. So yeah, we're set for practice. We've had two practices so far. The first one was a 7-on-7. Had about 30 guys show up. That was pretty impressive just for quarterbacks, receivers, and DBs and linebackers. And then last Saturday, we had our first full contact practice. Had about 30 more guys show. We had about 10 cancellations on Saturday morning. That was a little bit tough. Everybody had different issues. Guys had to work. Guys had car problems. Guys got stitches. Guys sliced their hands open. So this Saturday, we're looking for 40 plus. And it's going to be a good practice. It'll be up tempo, and the 11-on-11 is going to be really. It's going to be a good challenge. The defense has won the last 2 weeks, but I think this week we're going to have something for the defense when we go 11-on-11.
Hey, I'm excited to see what happens this weekend when you guys go 11-on-11. The first time the Railroaders really get some action against one another. What has been the biggest challenge so far in putting this team together?
Number one, the delay in Corona. I think our first practice was scheduled for 11 April, and we didn't get. Excuse me, we weren't allowed. We weren't able to practice until May 23rd. Just today alone, I saw something on Facebook that somebody this weekend is practicing at Walker Mill Field. That's the site of our home game. So it looks like down there the restrictions are being lifted, and Brunswick football needs to press forward that game on 11 July is going to happen. If you would just, that's 5 Saturdays between now and then, and one of those Saturdays is July 4th. Are we going to practice that day? I don't know. Is it going to rain one Saturday? So I mean, we could really be down to three practices, to be honest. So we definitely got to teach smart, and we do a lot of our offenses and defenses are very dynamic. So we got a lot to get in. The team makeup, right now we have 60 guys on the roster, breaks down 30 are from Brunswick, 15 are from 15 to 20 are from Washington County, flag football, Washington County area. And then we got about 10 outsiders as well. So that makes up our 60. So the 30 guys from Brunswick know our system pretty well. We just got to get the next 30 guys up to it.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how they grow. Now, tell our audience when is the opener for the Railroaders? When is your first game? I believe July 11th is supposed to be.
Yeah, so we get the primetime game. They do a TFL kickoff classic. Like I said, it's at Walker Mill Park. It's down near University. We were selected to be the primetime game that day. There's going to be 2 or 3 other games, and we're going to be in Brunswick Black on that night. I requested
Brunswick Black, yeah.
I requested the
I like it.
primetime game under the lights because we are going to be in black. It's going to be July 11th. So just like any good football leader does, I want, all the chips in our favor, and I don't want to be out there at 1 p.m. in black uniforms. So I've got some pull with Coach Q, as you know. Played for him last year, and we're really excited to be under the lights, and it's a good field. A lot of the players and fans of the TFL will be there. They do want to check out Brunswick. They knew we upset their defending champions in a semi-pro game. We were a bunch of alumni football players that were supposed to probably get tattooed, and there was a tattoo laid, but it wasn't on us. So anyway, the league is very interested in seeing us, so we need to be ready to go. Then on July 18th, that's a bye week for Brunswick. Then our first home game is scheduled for 25 July at the new Othello Park in Brunswick.
So July 25th, the Railroaders will debut at home, but it'll be in the 11th. They'll make their first game in Brunswick Black. And Reggie Russ wants to know, when do you play the Tigers? Because that matchup around here is one that's being hyped up.
Yeah, no, that's we were feeling pretty confident in the schedule, and then when that happened, I think we all got a little choked up. So unfortunately, I do have the regular season schedule in front of me. That was prior to 2 other teams joining the TFL. With spring football seasons getting canceled because of Corona, 2 of them jumped into the TFL at the last minute. So Coach Q is working on rescheduling the schedule. So I don't have that information yet for you. It could be as early as July 11th. I don't know if Q is going to shake up that opening day schedule. He could pit us against each other, but right now it's scheduled. It's going to be the Brunswick Railroaders in black against the Baltimore Lightning at 7 p.m. on July 11th.
And surely there's going to be a lot of thunder and lightning at that game as Brunswick takes on Baltimore. I'm excited for that matchup. July 11th, 7 o'clock, 7:30 kickoff. Any other details you want to tell us about the Railroaders, Brian? Are you guys taking any players still? Any merchandise for sale? What's going on off the field for the Railroaders?
Okay, so right now we're really happy. We have 60. My spreadsheet right now is showing 59 players. Obviously, we have some part-time players. There's some guys who live out of state. There's some guys that work for National Guard, Army Reserve, so their weekends are busy. So Brunswick leadership put together a roster that's not based on, hey, we're gonna have the same 30 guys there every week. We respect players' family time. We respect their job. We respect injuries. We're an older team, so we really have a deep roster. So I don't want to say the roster's cut off, but I do want to say, hey, we have 60 guys. And what we've seen through the first 2 practices, like you said, I won't say we have a first and second team. Obviously, positions are still being won. But like both sides of the ball, with the talent level, it's really 2 first teams, right? There's a 1A team and a 1B team. We got a couple guys that, they're there to be part of the group. But other than that, we have 45 solid football players. I think we still could probably use some linebacker depth. Can't have enough linebackers, and if there's any ass-kicking linebacker out there, we want them. We like the Nat Coons, and we've been real lucky at Brunswick to have some crazy guys at linebacker, and having another linebacker or two would help. Maybe a dominant defensive end. We did pick up another first-rate wide receiver. Very excited about him. 6'2", 4'5", 4'6", 40. Jump out of the gym. So good at wide receiver. Could use a slot. Our running backs are depth. Our running backs have a lot of depth. Offensive line, defensive line, solid. Defensive back, solid. Like Mike Beachley said, the last two practices, we could have played a football game the last 2 weeks with who showed up at the practices, and that's a good statement. You know, it's a good statement about our team and where we're at for first year.
Yeah, and I'm impressed by the job you guys have done so far in this first year putting things together. And I'm really excited to see what the Brunswick Railroaders can do going forward. So, anything else you want to get out of the way tonight? Anything you want to talk about? You've been away for a while, Swagger. The last time we heard from you was last fall during the regular season. What's your plans going forward? Are you finished with flag football? Or are you just a semi-pro player now? What's your plans as yourself currently?
Well, I mean, I don't like to talk about myself. You know, everybody knows I'm 45 years old. I don't bring much to flag football, but as you know, Brunswick and Ruckus kind of joined forces. And a couple weeks ago, Mike Beachley said, "Hey, Dustin wants to know anybody wants a Ruckus jersey," and I said, "You know, if I can make a couple of the games in the fall, I will. But running the Brunswick Semi-Pro and the amount of equipment and the logistics to get these games kicked off is enormous. I'm going to need to buy a 10 by 12 trailer, you know, everything from first down markers to yard markers to pylons to spare shoulder pads to spare helmet, benches, medical kit, toolkits. I mean, we are a first-rate organization. I've left no stone unturned, and I'm just going to need that time Saturdays to get set up for those 6:30 p.m. kickoffs. And but if we have a bye week and Dustin will have me, you know, I'll show up and play some flag football.
I'll tell you, we love to have you out there, Swag. It wouldn't be the same without you, bud.
All right, Joe, but appreciate you having me on. One thing we haven't talked about, shout out to my coaching staff. Dave Leveley has come on board, and Leveley came on board. His career changed a little bit. He was going to be offensive coordinator. Now he's going to be the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Dave is a born leader, doesn't take shit, and it's somebody exactly who we needed. He's with us for alumni football, so he's 1-0 coaching for us, and thrilled to have Dave. Supporting Dave will be Rick Beachley, defensive coordinator. Rick does all his homework, loves it, passionate about it, watches film, love having him on board. We've got Joey DeMeza helping Rick on the defensive side. We got Nick Korma helping Dave as a head coach on the offensive side, and we got Chase Powell may have stepped aside as a player. He may be helping coach the linemen. He coached our center this past weekend, and just really excited where we are. You know, we got a good board, good leadership, good coaches, good players. The chemistry is great. We're ready to go, man. Saturdays can't come here quick enough. We all love practice, and we're ready to kick Corona to the curb. And yes, we're looking forward to Saturdays. Love it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Saturday as well. And every Saturday night this summer in the TFL.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah,
the
so here's some of
Brunswick
our merchandise.
Railroaders.
Here's some of our merchandise, Joey. Here's the hat. A nice
I see
Brunswick
that.
semi-pro gold sweatshirt. We'll have T-shirts for sale. So leadership's deciding on that, and we'll be ready to go about 19 June. That's when that order goes in. So we'll decide what we want to go with. The uniforms are awesome. The white uniform is amazing. I got a new prototype coming for the dark uniform. It's going to be about like the 2019 Army versus Navy Army's home uniform. It's a kind of a blackout uniform with some burgundy in it. It's going to be hot. And Joey, I'm going to have to get off here. I'm down to 2% on my phone, so it's going to either you're going to disconnect me or it's going to disconnect me.
All good, Brian. It was good talking to you, sir, and we look forward to seeing what the Brunswick Railroaders do this upcoming year.
All right,
Best of
Joey.
luck.
Thank you. You showed up at a couple practices. It means a lot to my heart. I love seeing you there. I know practices are busy. I can't always come over and speak with you, but I like you being there. I like your photographs, your videos, your live streams, and hopefully we'll see you this Saturday.
We'll see you this Saturday, Brian.
All right. Thanks so much, Joey.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good night.
Night. Brian Swagger joining us. I'll tell you, Ross, Railroaders, they got something. I feel like this Brunswick team is about to be off the rails coming up this season in the TFL. And I got a request to call in. Who is this? Oh, Wheezy wants. Let's see what Wheezy has to say. As we transition to Sunday, let me just say, if anybody from the Franklin County Tigers wants to call in tonight, let me know. I want to hear you guys, because we're covering 2 teams this season in the TFL. 2 teams. Weezy, what do you think of all this semi-pro talk?
I like it, man. I like it a lot.
It's something that I'm looking forward to seeing this upcoming season in football is this whole semi-pro deal, especially with Brunswick and Franklin County possibly facing off.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I reached out to Swagger about playing for Brunswick. I'm still on the fence because I don't know if my body can take the contact because I'd be hurting after flag. I'm not even gonna lie. So, and everybody knows I play safety, so I'm gonna have to lay the hammer down on a couple people every now and then.
Oh, yeah, man, I know. You're a hard-hitting safety, Wheezy. And I'll tell you, you're looking pretty good this weekend when the Tri-State Spartans took on the Killer Bees. Give me your thoughts on the Bee-Spartan scrimmage.
Um, I thought it was pretty good. I definitely thought the bees definitely showed up. They definitely showed up in numbers. They were a little better than people made them out to be. People kind of discredited them and talked like they was some shit. They was definitely better than I expected. Um, but I mean, I like the work. You know, I just like being out there, running around.
Yeah, no, and it's good to get some bump out there. And you guys not only did it against one team, but 2, as you took on Team Blunt Talk right afterwards. Your thoughts on the TBT scrimmage?
I thought it was our defense showed up, but at the same time, I mean, TBT scored on us twice. One was Boone made the right call because I blitzed, so that middle slant was wide open for Mac,
Yep.
and we missed the flag. So, and then the same thing with Milt. I don't remember exactly what route he ran, but his fast ass got the fuck out of there, and I pretty much blew my hamstring out trying to catch him. But
Yeah, how's your hamstring, Ross? Wants to know.
it's feeling a lot better. So it definitely still is sore, but the fact that it feels a lot better 2 days after is a good sign to me. I don't think it's anything major.
Bet that's a good sign.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely just a strain or a pull or something like that. Now I might not be active this weekend, depending on how it feels, because we evidently have 2 scrimmages again set up this weekend. I think one is with Ruckus and one is with you guys. Again, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I messaged Don about it, and he said he'd let me know.
Okay, so it might be a different team. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I think it's against us. We're talking about it still. It's in the works.
Yeah, but I mean the scrimmage, I was happy with it. I mean it was a little unfair considering you guys didn't have any O linemen, besides Ross, and he had to play center, which he's not used to.
I hate it.
Exactly.
We
So
had Jordan
it
Anderson
was
play guard too.
yeah. So it wasn't a true gauge of performance as it should have been. But I mean, you can't even without an O line, your weapons are ridiculous. So it's still a tough matchup sometimes. And we didn't really have our full secondary either.
Yeah, and I feel like it'd be a lot different if we played a real game for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most
Uh,
definitely.
I came away. I came away from your all's practice more impressed with the defense. That D line has a lot of potential, especially now you got Aubrey and you got Farmer coming in there too.
Bro, and that's not even our full D line. We were missing about, if I'm not mistaken, three or four D
And
linemen
and
who
Jackson
were,
was just a beast the whole time.
bro, he's a Swiss Army knife too, man. You can plug him at DB, linebacker, D end. I'm pretty sure he can catch the ball. You can plug him at wide receiver. He's slept on. Um,
He's a no. He was an absolute monster in that scrimmage. Both of the both of
oh
them. He
yeah.
was tearing apart offensive lines. Um, I felt like the offense seems to be about where it was last season. I feel like it hasn't
It
grown this off season like it should grow. But
so the problem is our practices were cut short, one because of Corona,
mhm,
and two, even our practices that are going on, we don't get a lot of offensive line turnout. Um,
we can relate to
because
that.
yeah, so it's difficult to get real reps in practice, especially for Keenan to get his timing and all of that stuff down when he's not getting realistic looks, when we have to run 7-on-7, or he's just getting sacked every 2 seconds because he has no O line. Um, so it's a little difficult, but I can give it to them. They've definitely made some progress since last year because when we do have a full turnout of practice, they give us problems sometimes. So I mean, we just gotta wait and see for when we actually have a full team.
I can't wait to see what the full Spartans are all about. I'll be honest, Wheeze. What is one thing from last season to this season that you feel like you guys have improved in?
From last season to this season, I think we've improved a lot when it comes to communication on the field. Um, and and I just feel like a lot of guys who were last season kind not really lost in the sauce, I would say, but kind of just I think trust is a big thing because especially when you're running zone on defense, you got to trust your teammate to play his zone. You got to trust your teammate to be there, and if you don't, you're gonna leave your zone, and then you just fucked up. So I think trust is a big thing we've grown with when it comes to stuff like that and communication.
Okay.
And just also getting better with experimenting. We've been plugging people different places. Like I don't know if you peeped, but against y'all, I was playing middle linebacker at some
I
points in that
saw that.
scrimmage.
I saw you coming up.
Yeah, so um I mean we feel like with me being one of the better flag pullers on the team, it makes a better spot for me given certain circumstances and packages and things like that.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Your impressions on your opponents for this past weekend, both Killer Bees and Team Blunt Talk.
So Killer Bees, like I said, they definitely are a lot better than people give them credit for.
Mhm.
I think they I think they definitely have some work to do. Um, they definitely need work on the offensive line because we were killing them. Lots of pressure, lots of sacks. I don't know if that was their actual offensive line or not. You'd probably be able to speak on that better than I would.
I've heard they have more.
Yeah, if I got to give them pointers, that is one of the main pointers I'd give them. Other than that, man, they were pretty decent. What's the quarterback
Devin Redmond,
for for a big dude, he's shifty, man.
very shifty. He can move.
He's pretty shifty for a big dude. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the bump. I definitely look forward to actually playing them.
I think it'll be an interesting matchup between the Tri-State Spartans and Killer Bees. Your thoughts on TBT?
TBT, man. I mean, this goes without saying. Like I say, y'all got a lot of weapons. Even without an offensive line, y'all moved the ball on us and scored twice.
That was our seventh string
Given
line.
right, so given that we missed a few flag pools, I mean that's a part of flag, so I can't really make an excuse for it. But I mean, you guys came out and did your thing. Your defense looked stout, but also we didn't have offensive line, and anybody lacking offensive line when you got Cam Schiffler lined up on the other side of you is gonna hurt.
For sure.
So I mean, I'm not really focused on other teams so much. I really just want us to focus and get better in camp and come out stronger this season. I mean, defense is going to be straps. Offense got some work. We got work on defense to do too. We got to work on flag pulling, especially with shrooms. Them bitches ain't no whore.
It's going to be a different ball game for a lot of you guys on defense. That's for sure. I think a lot of the guys might get exposed.
Oh, definitely. And everybody gets exposed every now and then. I don't care if you're the best flag puller in the league. Like Sean. Sean missed the flag pull that caused the score against Mac. And honestly, in my opinion, he's top 5 in the league.
Think so?
If not top 3 at flag puller.
In your opinion, I just asking.
What about your opinion? When have you ever seen Sean miss? He don't miss too many flags.
He don't. I feel like it's going to be interesting, though, once the shrooms kick in for a lot of guys, especially those who have not played outside of 9-man.
Oh yeah, especially if you're a mediocre. If you're a mediocre flag puller now.
That's the one thing I've said is that a lot of guys in our league, they don't usually play outside of the 9-man style where shrooms are legal.
Mm-mm. And that's the thing. Like, if you're a mediocre flag puller now with the flags we use, boy, you better go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You better do flag pulling drills twice a day with them shrooms, because ain't no easy pulls with those.
Ricky Miller had a good point. Justin Washer is one of the top, if not the best out there. But
oh yeah, I'll give it to him.
I'd say Ricky Miller too. I go back to that clutch flag pull he had in the Summer Sizzler when the Spartans, not your Spartans, but the other Spartans, almost had to win against them in that tournament.
I'll definitely give Justin Washer definitely top 5, if not number 1. I think Sean, regardless, is top 2, top 3. Ricky Miller, he definitely be coming in clutch with the flag pulls. I mean, shit, I pride myself on being a great flag puller. I don't know if I'd put myself top 5. I mean, I'd put myself top 5, but I don't know how other people in the league feel. I just make the clutch ass pulls, the one where people think they got by me and I still grab your shit.
Those are the best kind of pulls.
Ask B Mike. Ask B Mike all about that.
I saw you two talk about that on Facebook earlier.
Straight stole his touchdown, and then caught the INT the next play, but they still won. So.
What a game that was. Ruckus Spartans last season. The Ruckus had how many quarterbacks in that game? And then finally had Pedro on the game-winning touchdown as the 6th quarterback.
on a botched fucking field goal, man. Come on,
What a
bro.
game.
And I was one step off from making the play. One step. Oh man. And he'll never let me live it down. Him and Jay Park will never let me live it down.
That was a classic for sure, and we look forward to more of this upcoming season. Hopefully, we get to see the Tri-State Spartans very soon on the field. Um, hopefully,
I ain't gonna lie, yo. You gonna come up to fairgrounds this weekend?
I'll be at the fairgrounds. I'll be at the fairgrounds every Sunday. We got kickball this
So
Sunday.
we'll Oh, I'm with it. At the
Yes,
fairgrounds?
sir.
Yeah, you never sent me the information, but I'm
It's on
down to
the
play if
birthday
my legs feel
page.
better. Oh, I didn't see it. But yeah, so I mean, we'll be there. Evidently, from what it's looking like on our group page, it's looking like we're gonna have a really good turnout this weekend. So, um, you should be able to see us in action for real this weekend if everybody shows like they say they are. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with the production our team is working at. I just want all this Corona shit to be over so we can actually get back to league play.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Pennsylvania has entered green phase in the northern part of the state. Um, the southern part of the state may enter the green phase very soon, which means that sports will be allowed in PA again, which that's big for Keystone. And hopefully for Washington County, maybe we can get something else going in Greencastle. I mean, that is our second
Yeah,
home after all.
that'd be dope.
Ideally, I
I
would
mean that's
love
where
for
we
us
were
to have a
supposed to play
I would
anyway.
love for us to have a one weekend tournament where we crown a spring champion.
I'm down, dude.
Let's
Like
just do it. The
anything to
NBA and
play.
NHL are doing it. Why not us?
I'm with it. Anything to play some football for real, for real.
Let's crown a
And like I
spring
told you,
champion for real.
I'm down, bro. I'm all the way down. The thing that's gonna come down to though is who shows up with the most depth. To be honest,
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of questions
you
of who's
ain't
going to play this upcoming fall season.
you ain't gonna be able to show up with 12, 13 guys and run a tournament and think you gonna do something.
Most definitely not. I'm excited, man. Though I'm just glad we have football back. It's been a long time, and to see everybody this past
Definitely.
weekend and the last weekends before that has been wonderful.
Definitely, definitely. It felt good to be out there and just see a bunch of guys and just be out there for real, man. Like running around. It gets boring doing ladder drills and cone drills and shit like that with three or four guys throwing routes and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, it's good work, but ain't nothing like actually running a scrimmage and playing other guys.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully we'll see more of this upcoming weekend. Wheezy, thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate you,
Yeah, man, of
brother.
course.
Anything else you got to say before we hop off?
I just want to say Black Lives Matter, man. If you ain't standing with the right side, sit in the corner and shut the fuck up.
All right. Appreciate you, Wheezy.
All right, bro.
You have a wonderful night. Stay safe. There we go. Who is trying to call in now? Oh, it's just Wheezy from earlier. I thought somebody else was about to be like, yo, let me in on this. All right, let's see. I'm trying to add somebody else in. I think I caught him off guard, though. I told him he was next, though. You know how I am. I just kind of just do things. Adding, adding, adding. Adding. Okay, talk. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the Tri-State Spartans going into season two. I just feel like they look like the same team from last year. I don't see anything that's different from the 2019 fall season. And I don't. I feel like they have potential. They have a lot of ballers. Oh my God, they're loaded. They're an excellent team. They're loaded all over the place. But I don't know. I just want to. But I do want to know though. What does Damien think? Because Damien got to see all the scrimmages. He was there for all three on Sunday. He played, in fact, in two of the scrimmages on Sunday. One of his own against the program, and another as part of TBT.
He was there all day.
He was there all day. Chilling and hanging out. Declined.
Oh.
Trying to get this to work. Could be that or Facebook's being weird. If not, I can move on to whoever's next. But yeah, program ruckus was that first scrimmage Sunday morning.
How much of that did you catch?
I caught the last of it. I managed to. I'll let you join. Let me try again. Hold on. More time. Facebook being weird again. We'll let Damien in. Wheezy had that same problem last week. But you know how it goes.
Oh, I got Weezy on.
Finally got Wheezy on, yeah. Worst case, Damien, check for an update or like maybe reset the app or something. No answer from the live video guest. Try one more time. I hate doing that, but that's just how Facebook is. It's so horrible. Ruckus program. That was a bare bones game. A very bare bones game. And what I mean by that was neither squad showed up with their full roster. The key components were there. Like, core guys were there. Ruckus had Dustin Mitchell. They had Damien. They had Adam. They had Coop. They had Beep. They had others. But they only had a total of maybe 10 guys. Program had maybe less. Neither team had a line, so they played 7-on-7. In the end, I believe the final score was 7-4 in favor of the program. Overall, good job on the program getting the victory on that. It looks like we're not going to be able to get Damien in, so yeah, that's just how it goes. We'll hit for the hell of it. Maybe if I say one more time.
Yeah,
There
this
we
shit took
go.
forever to figure out. What's up?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
I'm all right, chilling.
Chilling. Same here, brother.
Yeah. Get
So
up this
anyway,
light so you can actually see me.
but anyways, Damien, you were there all day on Sunday. You were there from the start of the first scrimmage all the way to the end of the last one. What were your impressions coming away from all three of the scrimmages you witnessed?
It was just fun to see football again. I didn't expect that many people, especially like at the, after 1 o'clock. It was a lot of fucking people out there. It was nice. It
Yeah,
was fun. Yeah. I like the Killer Bees and Spartan scrimmage was nice, but I think the Spartans defense was too much for them. We posed this week, but I hope they don't get all hyped up because we probably won't even have a full team out there most likely.
you don't think so, Damien? You think you guys are going to come pretty late this weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. It don't since this shit happened. It don't seem the same. So it's a little harder to get people to come out.
Yeah, I saw that you guys did not have many guys there last week. There were some key components to what we thought we'd see in the spring season,
Uh,
such as Adam Malott showing up. And Adam looked very sharp out there once again. Hopefully, we get a chance to see Adam on the field this upcoming fall season.
yeah, I know. It is nice having a quarterback again. But then whenever you replace one problem you have, you get another. You know how it goes.
Yeah, It's that domino effect usually. Something always breaks until you fix something else.
Yeah, true.
But we can't really take much away from the program ruckus scrimmage, obviously, because it was a 7-on-7. How do you feel about this offense with Adam coming in? You said you guys have a quarterback. What is your role going to be? Because I noticed in the Immortal scrimmage, you were getting a lot of carries.
Yeah, probably just if we see it, I guess we'll just take advantage of it.
Is it
You know how
possible?
it goes.
Is it going to be more or less off the role you were in back in the 2017 offense of Scotty Scott?
Yeah, I'm gonna do more than fucking the dive. I'm gonna do more than that. So it should be fun. Like we're mixing stuff we've done in the past with some Adam stuff. You know what I mean? So it should be pretty fun. But
I think
we
so.
need it's been a while. It'd be nice, but with most of our offensive line being part of Brian's semi-pro team, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a little harder to get people to come out, especially if they're full pad practicing right now. So
Dave, yeah,
yeah.
and that's going to be one of the factors for Ruckus because a lot of the guys from Ruckus were from Brunswick, too. That merger was supposed to help out Ruckus. Suddenly, it might be hurting them due to the fact that the guys they have aren't available.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're trying to see who's all actually going to be there whenever we figure out when we're going to start. So
So Damien, you stayed afterwards for a little bit, hung out with us, and then you were there for the TBT workout against Spartans. Your impressions on the Tri-State Spartans as they tried out of their second season?
I like their defense is definitely tougher. They got some flag pullers, but you know what I mean. Also at the same time, like I peep everything. I'm pretty much pay attention to a lot of shit. Probably some shit I shouldn't have too, but you know what I mean. They got some people already that were out there playing on their team that were playing in the scrimmage talking about they're trying to go to another team, and I'm like, damn, like you actually have a
Really?
pretty good talent. Yeah, I was like, you actually have a pretty good bit of talent. Sometimes you just gotta play your role. You know what I mean? Like I've plenty of times I've took a step back and just played defense. So you know what I mean. Sometimes you gotta get in when you fit in. You ain't with it, get lost. You know how it goes. But then the people like when they want to talk to you about possibly joining your team, you don't want nobody like that on your team. You can already see they have attitudes and shit. So I mean, that can be somebody else's problem. Too old for that shit anymore.
Mm. Yeah, no, I get that. No, overall, I felt like this past weekend was a success for all of us. It was good to see everybody get some bump in together. Wheezy wants to know who said that, though, Damien.
I don't know the dude's name, but he was playing safety for y'all at the bees game at some point. I think towards the end of the y'all scrimmage with them. I don't know his name. That's y'all shit. But he was saying it in front of all you guys. I don't understand how y'all didn't see it.
Supposedly one of the Spartans guys said they wanted to quit. They're trying to go to another team during the B scrim. That's crazy, man. I mean, that's a new level of hoe. Putting yourself out there during a scrimmage? Well, what was that name you said?
Stirring the fucking pot.
Oh, that's what we do here on Uncut.
Somebody's like, damn, I do remember it. Somebody's like, damn, I do remember someone actually saying that.
Oh, boy. You guys are too much. Wheezy says his name is Lucas. Well, I guess Lucas is going to get a stern talking to this week. If he's looking for a team, we're not. I don't even know.
Like Jonah Lucas? I don't. I saw him. I don't know him, but I seen him start playing with them last season. So they got some dudes on their team that like won state championships and at their high school. They got some talent.
Oh, they
It's all
do.
about
This is
putting
a
it on.
very talented
They
team, and
got some good
I
teams.
actually
Yeah,
want to
they
know.
do.
I actually want to know, like, who is the coach they had out there on Sunday? I
Yeah,
meant
that
to
was
ask
pretty.
Breezy
That
that.
was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like
Like Keenan did look. He looked a lot more comfortable in the pocket. You know what I mean? It seemed like they knew. They look a little bit better. Their offensive, their defense definitely gonna be better, especially adding Aubrey, sending Farmer up the middle. But the only problem is that you're gonna have two nose tackles running at people. You're gonna see how that works, especially against like Boone and shit. You can't really. But Boone actually
well,
had a real
you know,
offensive
they
line.
also have Jackson on the edge too. He was an
That dude
absolute
was a
monster.
problem. Are you talking about the
The-
dude, the smaller guy?
yeah, the one who actually wore the new
Yeah,
Spartans jersey.
he was killing shit all day. I was like, damn,
Hmm.
he's gonna be a problem.
You figure with him and Shores and Farmer, those are
But
pretty good
like he
combination.
said, he said their full D line wasn't there, so you know, what I mean, we'll see who they got.
I'm
But
curious to see what the Spartans have
it's
too.
a
I'm
decent
curious to
amount.
see.
They got a lot of talent up there in West
I'm
Virginia.
curious. Yeah, no, there's a lot of talent, especially in Martinsburg, where a lot of that team is based out of. Um, I'm curious to see though, how will Ruckus turn out this season? You mentioned the issues with the Brunswick guys, but Brian did say he will try to play. I feel like you guys will be fine come fall season. I feel like by that point, once TFL winds down, you guys can get enough where you can make a bracket and have a shot when it comes to November.
Yeah, but you actually have to be able to have like they can't like you know what I mean just come in like we actually have to somewhat practice together and actually have some type like a practice happen. It felt good to actually have a to be running behind Nick, so it was awesome. Him and Monday and Coop's pretty good too. So, but that was the only three offensive line I know we have. You got to have more than that. Everybody, people really have a nose
Yep, they have
tackle.
all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were short on linemen too on Sunday, which tends to happen. Linemen are hard to come by. Even teams with linemen tend to have a hard time getting them to come to practice.
Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't. You hadn't shit. You had a. Were you just throwing the team together? You had a pretty nice fucking turnout, Jay.
Appreciate it,
Definitely
man.
did. And
Had
I
a lot
know
of good
that's not
guys come in.
everybody. You know what I mean? Definitely, like, I'm definitely trying to play in that Keystone League. I just got to work everything out before the season starts.
We'll see how Keystone goes. Not sure what's going to happen on the KFFL front yet. We're waiting for Green Phase. Once Green Phase hits, we'll have some more answers from that. Hopefully, we'll have a season. 'Cause I'm pretty excited. TBT is going to be lit this upcoming fall and summer
Yeah,
ahead.
and it's nice. It's nice having Boone on the sideline, have somebody motivating you. You heard him yelling at me the whole time. Every, but you got to say something. It's nice to have people like that on the sideline. Because I ain't gonna lie, shit, running after Keenan get tired. But then you got people like Farmer blocking you and shit, and then they had the tight end chipping you and going out. That A gap's open. So I get tired of chasing motherfuckers sometimes. But you got somebody in the sideline motivating you, tell you it's time like it's third or fourth down, it's time to go. You go.
Tell you, he makes a big difference on that sideline. And I'm excited to see what we can do this upcoming season. Damian, thanks for coming on. Hopefully, Ruckus can get a team out there. I would really like to see Ruckus field a
Oh,
squad this upcoming fall.
either way we're gonna be out there like we did. I'm very sure they'll be down like before they scrimmage your team to at least do some 7-on-7. You know what I mean? It'd be a nice little warm up if anything. And I was actually thinking like I don't like why don't we mix it up and why like to actually get some real bump if we don't even know when shit's starting. Why can't we just mix it up? Like have like someone picks their offense, someone picks their defense.
Exactly.
We just go at each other. Like there's no right now, honestly, unless you're at like a different location with other like by yourself, there's no really point of practicing by yourself unless you do what we did, run routes, just go against each other real quick for like 30
I'm all
minutes.
for mixing it up, man. I feel like
Yeah,
right now this is the best time to just go out there and play with each other. Right? We have the best bump we're going to get is against each other. It's not going to be at
yeah.
practice.
You getting old, Damien. Them damn cigarettes. I'm about to go smoke one right after this.
Well, it's good talking to you, Damien. Hopefully, I get a chance to see you this weekend on Sunday. Thanks for coming out this past Sunday, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, man. I'll see you Sunday, bro.
All right, peace out.
Peace. I don't know how to do this shit, Joe.
I got you, bud. Damien Coach joining us. Let's see, who else could I add? Let's see. Let's get our fourth guest on. I might have still more. We'll see. Damien joining us. Ruckus is going to be interesting. That much is for certain. If they get the Brunswick guys to show up, they're going to have a great squad. If they don't, it could be problematic. Especially because Damien mentioned the line issue they were having.
Who's having us?
No, Ruckus. Ruckus is lacking in linemen, especially with the departures of Danny Longerbeam and, of course, apparently Scott Kiefer might be in limbo. So we'll see what's going on with Ruckus. A little bit concerned for the Orangemen. Not the same Ruckus that we're accustomed to. Hopefully we'll see something else in the spring. Or fall. I gotta think fall now. In my head, spring's still happening. Ross, your thoughts on Ruckus?
No idea.
No idea?
I didn't see him at all. So.
I'll say this. Adam Alott looks better. Like, he does not look like the quarterback he was at program toward the end, where he was struggling to get the ball off. He was struggling to move. He looks like he's improved. The rest of the team, I don't know what to expect. They have been a giant question mark since the West Virginia guys left last season. Because you got to remember, they lost a lot of guys when they lost to West Virginia guys. You got to consider it was Stephen Renner, Will Bray, Brandon Michael, Danny Longerby, Robert Reinauer. That's 5 players alone. I'm not sure who else was involved in that package, but that's still a pretty good amount of people to lose. With the Brunswick merger, though, they have some talented ballers potentially. You got to think Timmy Privett's going to be on the team. They can have Monday, Nick Madel, Michael Beachley, and who else Brunswick could possibly bring in. We'll see.
Right.
And of course, you can't forget they also have guys and friends from the circuit as well. Maybe we can see the Raiders or Chargers pop up soon. Mikey Scullion's a free agent. Why not? But joining us right now is a man who was at the TBT workout over the weekend, who had a good look at the Spartans Killer Bees, is Chris Boone. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing really good, Having a nice night here at the house. What about you?
Shit, just laying here watching American Horror Story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What do we got
about
on?
it.
We have the news on, okay. Yeah, why do you have the news on, Ross?
Let me tell you.
But anyway, Boone, this past Sunday, we had a bit of a return to football over the weekend.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's nice.
yeah, actual nine-man scrimmages.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see that many people out there, man. I mean, right now everybody's goal should just be getting back in shape, getting ready for live games because it be coming up in a month.
It's coming very fast. You got to think the first event we know of coming up will be July 11th at 12, an event you're participating in, Chris Boone. One
Yeah,
we'll be covering. The DMV FFL presents East Coast Nationals, a trip that
yeah.
I'm looking to think down there, Ross. What about you? It's a possibility. I
Yeah.
feel like it'd be a good time. A lot of representatives, the people we know, will be down there. You're
Oh,
putting a
definitely.
team in, Boone, for 5 man?
Yeah, we got our Showtime team in for 5 man, and then the guys that we have on the 5 man, we're gonna play with a team called the Savages that I always go down. Me, Cannon, Mouse, all of us play with in Richmond. They're gonna put a thing in the 8 man, so we're gonna be doing 5 and 8. But
Okay.
only yeah, only one of them will be under, me and Mouse running and Showtime. So that's just 5 man. 8 man, we're gonna play. We'll take our guys and combine with another team.
All right. Looking forward to seeing that. I also know Road West is entering a team in the 8 man format.
Yeah, yeah. I went. Like I said, we went down there last year. We went down to play co-ed with a group of guys like Mayo and those guys that play on our 9 man team. They had a co-ed team from Fairfax that they took down to play in that tournament. So we initially went down to play with them, and when we got down there, they actually had a extra roster spot or extra opening for the 5 man comp division, which the top flight or whatever. So we actually entered that and came in third. We only have 6 of us.
Nice.
Yeah, so we did pretty good. So we was kind of playing 8, co-ed and then 5 man. So this year we're going to be more prepared and take our real team down there.
I'm excited to see what Showtime can do and what is the first tournament all year for Showtime.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it'll
crazy
be the
to
first
think,
one.
Boone, we're almost in July and we haven't had any action yet.
It sucks, man. It sucks. Like I said, really people ain't even been able to practice. I mean, we've had our skill guys have had some work. We, going in Winchester and stuff like that, and then coming up to Hagerstown with you guys. I've actually got to throw to my receivers and stuff like that a little bit, but not as much as what we should be. Not as
Yeah,
much as we need to be. Considering it's a month away from a tournament.
especially as we are drawing very close to that tournament. It is a month away. You got to wonder, though, how many teams have been able to practice? I know that for a fact that the Killer Bees practiced throughout the pandemic.
Yeah.
Rampage recently resumed practicing. The question becomes, has anybody else been able to, or are we looking at a lot of rusty football players come July?
Uh, it depends because I know them boys down in Richmond and stuff. They've been getting it in. They've been holding practices, tournaments, and all kinds of shit down that way. So not really real tournaments, but they've been getting like 14 tournaments, just entering it, kind of stuff that you were talking about, getting like 3 or 4 teams and just having a little get together over the weekend. So I know a lot of teams down in Richmond have been doing that shit lately. They've been practicing for a while. So I guess depends on what style it is. And then of course I see like Webb and all of them down in wherever they're from. They've been playing a lot of games, 5 man games. So I get it, man. It seems like we're just behind for whatever reason. I guess our guys ain't just not getting out there the way they should.
I think a lot of it has been the restrictions. I mean, we've been shut down a lot more than the other states have. Maryland and
Right.
Virginia and West Virginia has been under this blanket of sorts that's kept us from doing a lot of things. It's not until recently we finally got the confidence to start doing it and that's going to affect us in the flag field, especially as we get closer to tournament season, which right now in Texas they have an advantage. Corey Webb and them have been playing because they haven't had any shutdowns in Texas on the magnitude that we've had.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people everywhere else playing and practicing. So, I mean, for Washington County, especially if them teams are trying to get out and travel more, we're going to be way behind them other teams. Because, like you said, I know a bunch of teams and players that have been practicing. So that's why I've been trying to post on the page. I don't care what team you play for, what position, come out, get position, get some work at the position you play, just like we did on Sunday. I mean, we basically did a 7-on-7 drill. Everybody played in their position. We scrimmaged against each other. Uh, that's how you get better. You match up with the best players. I mean, we had, a lot of ADR's top guys, Blunt Talk's top guys, Mac and all them. You're not going to get better unless you play against the best. So it was good to see those guys go at each other. And that's what we need to do. So anybody that's out there, y'all want to practice, scrimmage, play, show up when we post. You'll get work at your spot. You'll get better. You'll see better people. You'll play against better people. So that's how you improve.
Yeah, and Damian Coates had a lot of praise for you earlier for that practice last week. He loved the work he got in earlier. I think if you had the opportunity to get in, this is your shot. Anybody in the Washington County or even Keystone Flag Football League, come to these workouts, man. You're going to get good bump.
Yeah, you can get. I mean, and you have basically, you have representatives from about 4 or 5 different Washington County teams out there. Show up, like you said, even if you're from KFFL, show up, play. We didn't discriminate anybody. Everybody played. Everybody rotated. Man, it worked really good. We worked on a route tree. DBs got good work in. We even had the linebackers work. Safeties got work. So, even if you play in one league and not the other, if you show up, you perform, you're going to get put on the team.
For sure, for sure. And I'm looking forward. We'll be out there every weekend. For the most part, we'll be out there. We do have a few scrimmages coming up that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Personally. We'll be there for those. We'll announce them later on. But I'm just glad we're back to football. What were your thoughts Sunday on what you saw from Killer Bees and Spartans?
Those teams need to work. They just need real game reps. I mean, I know each of them has been practicing against each other. I mean, against their own teams and shit like that. But you really can't it's hard to get work in that way because, every team has 1 or 2 guys that are just better than everybody else. So you need that comp of playing better people, practicing against better people. And right now, really, you can't criticize anybody that's out there. If you're out there practicing and playing, you get my respect because everybody needs it. I mean, shit, I sucked Sunday. Everybody needs that time to get back, get your stuff right. I mean, I missed wide open guys that were just standing there doing jumping jack by themselves, and I threw it 20 feet over their head. So, I mean, everybody needs to work right now. So I'm not going to take too much out of a scrimmage that, guys ain't played in 4 or 5 months. So, really, you just need to be out there on the field, get better. July's when it's going to count. So, get your bad plays, get your bumps and lumps out the way now, and be prepared for July.
Yeah, and it's coming fast, and who knows what we're going to see first. I mean, we will see East Coast Nationals first from the looks of it. That's how it's going to be the first event. After that, it's going to be a question mark. We could see a summer sizzler. I do want to do the free agency tournament this summer. That is something I've been looking forward to doing for a while now. I just got to find a way to get fields for it. Or also looking to possibly. I still say we should definitely try to do a spring tournament championship. Just a 1 weekend tournament to crown a champion.
Yeah. How you gonna do it though? Double elimination?
It would depend on who would decide to sign up for it. That would be part of the format is figuring that out. If everybody signs on to it, because we had 9 back in the spring signed up for it, you figure maybe you could do 3 sets of 3 playing each other round robin on Saturday, and then Sunday you play elimination.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so the 8-man state tournament is kind of similar to that. So you play, you get your 3 pools, you play the 2 play-in games, the top seeds automatically make it. Let's just say, if you get 9 teams, shit, what would you take? The top 6?
Yeah,
Or just take 4. You take the winners from each bracket and then the next best team. You take the top 4. And then Sunday you'd have those 2 games.
I think that's fair.
So that way everybody's guaranteed 2 games. But then you're not guaranteed to make it till Sunday. I mean, that's how the 8-man state tournament does it. So they just take the winner of each pool bracket, and then usually there's 8 pool brackets, and then they enter 9 teams, and then it's the next best team. That's how the 8-man state tournament is.
Okay.
So if you had 9 teams, you take the winner from each bracket, so you do 3 in each bracket, and then the next best team. So you'd put 4 into Sunday.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And then if, let's just say the 4th best team is tied with another team at like a +1, they would just have a play-in game that morning. The 4 or 5 seed would play in to play the 1 seed. So that's not bad, but would Tom be willing to do that for a spring champion?
Be something we'd have to talk to him about. Maybe so we'll find out. I mean, if we could get a field for it, which I think we're getting closer and closer to some kind of ability to get a field. Pennsylvania is about to go green very soon. And when that happens, that allows gathering of 250 people, which means we're back in business.
Yeah, but they play in Greencastle. We would play at the high school, and that's still closed.
I'm not sure if it may reopen in green phase. I'm not 100% certain. It may reopen because it's community use and access. They're a little different than they are around here about it.
I got you.
That's something I got to look into more. Other than that, I'm pretty stoked for the next couple of weeks ahead. Yeah, finally, here we are. It's been a long time, but we finally got something good going. TBT will be having workouts every weekend, with the exception of holiday weekends, of course, and of course tournament weekends up until about the fall season. Maybe August we'll stop for a bit, but I'm excited to have some scrimmages coming up, and I'm really excited at the possibility of having tournaments.
Right. But, I don't want guys to think just because they hear it's either like Blunt Talk or Ruckus that's scrimmaging. If you're not on, I don't care what team you're on, show up out there. You'll get to play. You'll get in work.
Yeah.
Everybody needs bodies out there. Come out, get your work in. I mean, we're one league trying to get better. So everybody's on the same. We're all Washington County, so fucking if your team ain't practicing, you want to come out and get some work, come out and get some work, man. We'll get you on the field.
Yeah, and we make sure everybody gets their work in. And I'm really excited for this upcoming weekend. We got flag football back, and I'm excited for kickball especially.
Yeah, I told you I'll come out there. I'll be the referee while y'all do that. 'Cause I know Brian Davis. He wants to play a little bit, so I'll take his role so he can get out there and run around for a little while, and then that way we'll have him for when we scrimmage.
Yeah, and we'll be working on that and everything else these next couple of days. I'm excited though.
How
Sunday
many you
for
got signed up?
Sunday for kickball.
Yeah.
At this point, because I got a lot of people who said they were coming, I told them just let me know when I get to the field that day. We're going to
Oh,
show
okay.
divide.
All right.
I'm going to tell everybody to be there at a certain time, and we'll divide teams from there.
Yeah, tell everybody if you're starting at 10, tell everybody show up at 9:30. We'll put the teams together and then go from there.
Yep, and we show and I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great time this upcoming Sunday from the fairground. Well, from an undisclosed location.
Undisclosed. There you go. Hell yeah. Well,
All
shit.
right,
All right, fellas. I guess I'll holler at y'all.
all right, man. Ross
All
went
right, fellas.
outside, but I'll stay by on his behalf.
All right, yeah. All right, bro. Peace.
Peace, Boone. Chris Boone joining us. Anybody else I could talk to? Man, I'll tell you, I'm just done. Let's talk about kickball real quick. First off, shout out Game Time Hagerstown, the original kickball in this area. Big shout out to Andy Hoffman. He was the one who put together the kickball league back in the day. So if he's watching or sees this, major kudos to you, my man. You did an excellent job running the league. I miss Game Time Hagerstown Monday Night Kickball. Looking forward to bringing it back this upcoming Sunday. Flag football's back. Semi-pro football's here. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and I'll be honest, in the midst of all the darkness in the world, at least we have some kind of light coming. It's been a rough time for everybody this year, I believe. And it seems like it's getting worse every day. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off tonight by doing a blackout of the room in the memory of George Floyd.